Hey friends, Karen Basket DIYer here. All right, you guys, so the tumbler that I have for you today is a little bit unique because in the CrystaLac Facebook official page, if you are not in that group yet, you totally should be, they put out a little contest for a tumbler to be made with 100% CrystaLac products. I read the rules, but I did not read them correctly. So I could have used vinyl to create this tumbler, but it could not be left on this tumbler. I could have used maybe a couple of other things and removed them from the tumbler, but I did not. My tumbler happens to be 100% CrystaLac, besides the fact that I'm using a Makerflo 20-ounce skinny. But anyways, here is what I came up with. A winter Snow Leopard Swirl tumbler, all hand painted, ombre effect with Flippi'N awesome paints, and I incorporated liquid micas, black gloss, just a couple other things. But anyways, just stay tuned, follow along, and I'll walk you through the steps and show you how I created this beautiful winter Snow Leopard tumbler. So these are the products that I used: Universal White, Flippi'N awesome paints, black gloss, liquid silver mica, and of course BRITE tone. Alrighty, so I have my Universal White from the CrystaLac company for this tumbler, and my prepped sanded Makerflo 20-ounce. So I'm just going to give the tumbler a nice coat of Universal White. Just gonna allow this to dry for a couple of hours, and then I'll be back with my Flippi'N awesome paints. So these are the colors I'll be using: pure white, mint green, robin's egg blue, and totally teal. I just started with my pure white there at the base of the cup and just applied it and went in a round and round motion. Did the same thing at the top. Then I moved into the robin's egg blue, just trying to blend the white with the robin's egg blue, and then I added the mint green and the totally teal. I just tried to keep my brush wet with paint, and I was able to just kind of go back and apply each color and just blend them together. Always turning the cup constantly to keep the paints moving, and just trying to continually, like I said, just turn the cup, spin it in my hand there, and apply more paint. Just blend and blend until you feel like it has the perfect ombre effect that you're looking for. I wanted mine to kind of fade from the snowy ground up to the sky and then back into the clouds. Next, I just turned my cup upright on the stand and spun it around to be able to cover that bottom well. That seemed to work really well for me. Once it was nice and dry, after about 4 hours, I decided that I wanted to give it another coat because it was looking a little bit sheer. So I just basically did the exact same thing. I did kind of get confused on when I used the mint green and the robin's egg blue, but it really didn't matter because I just kept blending like I was doing earlier until I was just totally happy with the blend result, the ombre effect. The key is just, I'm just using one side of my brush. If you can tell here, I don't flip my brush around, I don't spin it around, I just use the exact same brush for the whole entire tumbler for every color. Now, I did switch brushes for the second coat because my brush was still damp from being washed out from that first coat, that I had done previously 4 hours earlier. But again, just continue to add, keeping your brush wet with paint. Otherwise, if it drags too much, it can cause some paint to thicken. But I really didn't have that issue. You might even notice here that I mixed two colors right there together, the white and the mint green, and then spread them together. and then applied more white to kind of make it look more like the bottom. Kind of a mirror image is what I was going for from bottom to top. Really quickly, you guys, I had done a TikTok video of this ombre, and you guys, it got quite a bit of hype. Be sure to check it out. I then allowed this to all dry for 4 hours, and then I grabbed my metallic silver liquid mica, which is obviously from the CrystaLac company. I just had a little brush here. It's just a makeup brush from Dollar Tree, and I just dipped it right there into the liquid micas and started applying my leopard spots. This was drying pretty sheer because it's probably not intended to be used like this, but you know, because this tumbler is supposed to be 100% made from CrystaLac Products, I was going for it. Here I am opening it back up because I let that dry really well, and now I'm giving it second coat coverage here because, like I said earlier, that these spots are looking a little bit sheer, and I wanted them to really be very silver. I actually did 3 coats, to be real honest with you. Once those silver spots were nice and dry, I grabbed my black gloss paint from the CrystaLac company as well. And this is what I applied my leopard outlines with. I wasn't sure how well and fast this was going to dry, so I did only do a small section, and then I set it aside to dry for a little while, then moved right back into it. Had to be really careful because I did get the paint a little bit thick in a couple of areas, and guess what? It ran on me. I was trying to be so very careful not to let that happen, but it did. But this black gloss worked out really well for that. Here in just a second, you'll see my mishap where it ran. I was so bummed about that. While that black gloss paint was still fairly wet, I was able to just dampen a paper towel and blot it off and get as much off as possible. Then I ran and grabbed some Q-tips and kind of did the same thing. I was actually able to get quite a bit of it off. So I totally should have videoed this. I'm really proud of this, you guys. I was able to mix some paints and fix my little mishap. It's not perfect, but it looks so much better, and now you don't see those black mess ups. I obviously then let those spots all dry, and then I applied my first layer of BRITE tone. I'm already just really loving this tumbler, and it's not even finished yet. That silver liquid mica just really shines. The metallic finish in that is really amazing. So next, I will allow this to dry for 4 hours and then move on. All right, so this little beauty dried overnight, and now I'm going to go ahead and apply another layer of BRITE tone, and then I'm going to be adding some liquid mica, some pure white Flippi'N paint, and BRITE tone. Just make sure I get this all over. Remember that BRITE tone is self-leveling, so you don't have to work it too much. I know sometimes it seems like I am working it a lot. Okay, gonna run wash my hands really quick. Real fast, I'm going to take a little bit of BRITE tone, put in this cup, my silver metallic liquid mica. That is a lot. And some pure white. I already shook it just a little earlier. Just want to mute that a little bit, I think. Mix those together really well. Basically, I gave my white paint a shimmer. And helped it to be thin enough. Uh-oh. Saw fuzzy in that. And I'm just gonna kind of drizzle. I just continued to drizzle the mixture on there with that popsicle stick. You know, just trying to get as much on there as I thought I would be happy with. If you want it to move around a little bit more, you definitely want to have your mixture a little thinner, maybe with a little more bright tone, or even your bright tone layer that's on the actual tumbler could be a little bit thicker than normal, but not too terribly thick. You just have to find that happy medium. Now then, I'm just using my finger to help spread it. And, you know, it's not too terribly hard to mess up. If you totally hate how it's going here, you can just take this and wash it right off, because remember, this is all CrystaLac water-based products. Okay, so this is all nice and dry. I'm about to go ahead and add another layer of bright tone. I'm going to be a little more generous this time so that my liquid micas will be able to move around a little better. The white didn't move as freely, or this shimmery white that I made up here didn't move as freely as I would have liked for it to. Now then, this time I'm going to add just this same silver, and like I said, I hope that it'll move a little bit more freely. And just to add a little bit more dimension to the cup. Okay, I've got my silver right here. I'm just going to add a little bit of bright tone to this, and hopefully that'll be good enough. So again, just doing the exact same thing here with this silver layer. The first layer, remember, I had added that pure white to the silver to kind of soften it a bit, but this time I wanted solid silver to add a little bit more dimension, like I had mentioned to you a little while ago. But again, just moving it around with my finger and hoping that it flows a little bit more. So once this is dry, I'm just going to continue on with my bright tone layers every 4 hours until it is complete, like you see here. The micas, the liquid micas didn't flow at the rate I wanted them to, but overall I am extremely happy with how this tumbler turned out. Proud to say that it is 100% CrystaLac products, not a speck of glitter, no vinyl, nothing else touched this tumbler, just as the contest rules stated. So I thought. Anyways, you know, a lot of people are inquisitive about the CrystaLac products. This is what you can achieve. Amazing beauty and shine just like this. You guys, I hope you've been inspired by this tutorial. I hope that you will like, subscribe, and comment. Just leave me a fun message below. And if you have not yet discovered my Tumbler Talk with Karen Basket DIYer Facebook group, please do so. I will link that for you below, along with all the other amazing CrystaLac products used for this tutorial. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazingly blessed day.